Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, there's some people. Bit rate. All right, guys, give me a sec here. I think we're about to get rolling here. There we go. You can hear? Okay, thanks, Simon. Okay, good. I think it's just a lag. I think it just lags. Oh, righty here. We'll give another minute here. Hey, and good morning to you too. Now, the audio should be much better today. I think I finally got this sorted out. Grumpy OG. Oh, wait a minute. Now we've added Grumpy OG PA. Is that price action or Pennsylvania? I guess I should start recording here. Hey, Steven. Forever Las Vegas guy in my mind. All right, are we disclaimed enough? Oh, I think we are. Disclaimer. Well, look at the fucking market just take off. All right, let me get this thing out of here so I can see you guys. Come here. Hang on. I always feel like you guys are looking up the underside of his chin. What a great view. It's because I have to stand. I don't know if you guys know that. I haven't been able to sit for almost 2 years. So all day long, both machines, I have to stand. Every time I'm in here, I can't sit. It's really frustrating. From the back surgery. So I stand a lot. Well, are we on here, guys? Are we good? Okay, good. Okay, Pennsylvania, but I'll take price action. All right, I don't think I need this thing anymore. So now I can see you guys. All right, so I got two things I'm trying to do better. Pay attention to the chat and move around here a little. So I've got, well, you guys are trading the NQ so much. I've got the NQ going up here. I was a little bit afraid that after those numbers, we might just do this. It was just going to be straight fucking up, right? With very few retrace. So often on these kind of days when the market there was almost no possibility we weren't going to rally. The only thing I was looking for was perhaps maybe a little bit of a sell-off early, just because this is too easy. It's almost like, fuck, man, just buy it, right? You almost. Yesterday was much like that. Excuse me. All you had to do is buy it. And then the hard part was hanging on, right? Just going, shit, it's still going. So it tends to be we have extremes. Okay, there we go. All right. God, there's such a lag here. All right, so vertical, right? So this can make for a shitty live stream. A lot of times in these days we'll go up, we'll find a new value, and then we'll just go sideways until some point in the afternoon when there'll be some profit taking. But right now, here, so okay. Then I had another thought being, right? So I have up in front of me because we're kind of bounced. We have so many indicators. So I've got Renko on my right. I've got footprint over here. I've got this is more just emphasis on some of our. Well, the Delta candles being newer and some other things here. But actually what I thought we would do here, I think it can be a little problematic if I'm just bouncing around since we have so many indicators and so many people trading with different styles, with different combos here. And Simon had made the suggestion not too long ago that we make the live stream a focus on one particular indicator. Well, here I have two. So I have, which I use often, right? So I have the price action indicator here, which I use often. Now, the thing that I add to it is the market structure because it doesn't really interfere. If anything, it's just confirming what you're seeing with regards to swing structure and what you can anticipate. So the idea today was to focus on the price, make that the focal point, the price action indicator. We a pretty good number of new customers buying it. And a lot of questions about traps and what's a trap and how to work with it. I will say we've got on Tuesday, we're going to have a guest host. I think I've mentioned this to a couple of you guys. But one of our partner, he's kind of an affiliate, right? Just friend of the business, friend of the company. Skeff, some of you guys know him. And we're kind of maybe talking to him about having him come over and lead some live streams as well. He's just been killing it lately, right? I mean, it's been hard to lose money lately. But he's a big Renko trader, so I know many of you guys were early. This is, let's get this over here, and we'll just kind of mess around here while we let the market, we're going to have to wait for a retrace. This was the very first template that Erwin and I put together. And one of the things about this that is just so striking here on the 7-2 Renko, and here now, of course, everything's in micros today, is how well this nails the measured moves. It's absolutely astonishing. Damn near every pivot is part of a measured move. I mean, just from what we can see right here since the open, there's 1, 2, that's target to the tick, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's getting target, 7, 8. 8 so far. 8 measured moves. It's really, boy, you want to talk about driving it home. Now, the other thing I've done here I'm talking about focusing on price action, and we're over here. I'm just letting you guys know that this was really, I used this for a long time and only switched off of it once the numbers got so big, the volatility got so high. It was sometimes 12-4. It's just those are big bars. So anyway, the point here is we let the market. I mean, you can't really chase this here, so I'm this is sort of filler. Skeff's going to come in and talk. So this is devil bands. He uses them a little bit differently. The only difference here is that I've added market structure, which just kind of adds to it. So that you have to look forward to next Tuesday. I think he's going to sit in, assuming our schedule stays as we have it right now. So he'll do a whole thing on his approach with our Renko tools. He's been doing really well, and I think got some of you guys interested in those tools as well. So, certainly the devil bands, which are volatility-based bands. There's a couple of unique tweaks that Baby Whale did in there. Or so you guys don't know him as Baby Whale. Well, some of you do. TDI Dev. Sounds so formal. I don't know if he's on today. He's had a rough week. Had to say goodbye to one of his very, very close friends, that being his beloved, I think it's a Rottweiler, if I'm not mistaken. Had to put his dog down, which is hard for anyone. So I know that's been hard on him this week. So if he's been a little absent, that's why. Okay, so here we got a beautiful. Let's just review here, because there's not much we can do sitting here. Well, fuck, is everything doing? Yeah, everything's doing it. Well, so if you didn't buy the open, which I was playing around with it a little bit. Here we've got to break a structure, so we're going to sit here and we're going to fucking wait, right? That's the pain of it, right? You got to, fuck, man, do you want to chase here? Yeah, I mean, there's some spots where you might just even a little bit of a pause and order block there, but really what we're waiting for is that, right? So it's a combination of letting this channel play and then looking for a break and then a push to retest. But then also, this is actually pretty nice here. If we just look, just to review what the idea is here. So we come here, we get break of structure. What do we expect after the break of structure? The retrace. Then we get another break of structure. What do we expect after the break of structure? Retrace. Now we got another monster break of structure. What are we expecting after that, right? Same time frame, you're expecting the retrace. Now here would be 50, golden zone. So you can see how these play well together. Right? That's kind of what I'm always trying to do. What would complement this? I mean, this is good by itself. How can I make it better? That's often my thought is, oh, that's good, but wouldn't it be useful to have market structure in here? Not that you can't, I mean, you can draw these yourself. Right? It's a line, but it's kind of handy to have a piece of software do it for you, so you're not going to miss. Oh shit! Whoa, is that a change of character? Was that right? Is it enough? Right? It's got to go 2 times the ATR. So these are. It's a useful tool to have here. So we know, okay, big break of structure, monster break of structure, surprising exactly 0 people. So now we just got to be a little more patient here and wait for a retrace. Now, I look at this a couple different ways. I always like to have one just kind of bare bones, just all I'm looking at is price action. But then over here, it's a question of what is more better. Not always, right? So not always. Is this better here? Now, this is a combo that you guys know that I lean on heavily. Whenever I don't have something down below that has a squeeze, I want something on, right? So that's our GAN high low that has the squeeze. But you can do the exact same thing. And I know Steven. Oh shit! I always call him Las Vegas guy. Steven, how do I say it? Milan. Steven Milan. He's shown you guys a couple of examples of just using the McGinley River, and you do the same thing. Just put a 21 EMA or 21 McGinley. You could put a 21 McGinley and a 21 EMA right next to each other. You get something very similar. The idea, of course, is we want to highlight the squeeze. Right? That's the point, right? Good example, right? So let me get that out of there. Another pretty nice example here, right? Retrace. Where do we retrace, right? So we come right back to, okay, well, here we order block, we got to leave a little order block, then I got a fair value gap. So, I mean, just coming out of the squeeze. Now, remember, in the squeeze, what makes this, I think, so useful, look how almost 100% of the time, rarely do you see otherwise. When we come out of the squeeze, if the McGinley, right, is ahead of the EMA, you're likely coming out to the bull side, right? If it's below, now here we don't have a squeeze, but you can see it kind of leads. Same thing over here, right? We come out of the squeeze, where's the McGinley? It's just a little bit of a tell as to which way you're more likely to come out of there. Now, sometimes you get into the chop and you can get some false signals, but usually when you're doing this, if it's a squeeze, it'll linger. So as we sit here, this is MES. I was a little afraid of this. This is the fucking curse of the live stream. You're either gonna get, oh shit, last one we did was just ridiculous, right? We went nowhere for 2 hours, just chopped. Or you get a runaway train. So with a runaway train, it's not that we can't get in, but we need a little pause like that, right? So there's a little order block. Okay, maybe, but I'd want to see, all right, do I want to, where's the tick, right? So this is always a tell, like, can it keep going? As long as we are not up in the 800 to 1200, it'll keep going. It's just the buy programs are not spent. So if we come down here a little bit, well, this obviously would be a point of interest. Right, if we can come right here, right? So that's fit. So here's the strong low. This is essentially, it's a temporary high. We don't know that's the high. So if we start to retrace, well, there's two places to be looking. One, of course, we want it, the 21 EMA 20 McGinley right here where I've got a low volume node. Well, there's a point of interest, right? We may not get the 50, right? So, and if we got the 50, now we're on the other side of the McGinley. So right here, kind of an area of interest. So if we were to come back here, I got a little, it's just low volume. Let's fatten that just a hair. There we go. VWAP. The other one that I have to make it a habit, or I'll forget to do it, is oh shit, I gotta remember here. I've got it. There it is. Is anchored VWAP. I can be. You see it in there. There it is. Here's the dashed, right? So anchored VWAP coming in right here at the 50. So if, right, if we were to come down here, so what would we have here? If we break here, there's change of character. Now we're going to come into this little pocket. Oh, does that look good? So if offered down here, right in here, area of interest. Well, that's what we can say, right? There's an area of interest. Oh, shit. Let's see. It's actually hard to do. It's hard to demonstrate, trade, teach, and try to pull off a live stream. It's actually hard to do, I'm finding. Okay, so here's our first little profit taking. Here, let's see. So I've shown you guys here. I like to have these two match. Erwin, Baby Whale, he does a little differently. He might have a tick over here or a 5 minute, and then he prefers to always to have his footprint at a 1 minute. If I'm trading over here, I want to see inside the candle over here. Let's see how we handle it. So here we come to this. Now, a buy bar, not necessarily. What's the tick doing? Right, that's a pretty aggressive move right there. So profit taking, somebody changed their mind. Whales just get tired. well, how low are we going to go here? I'm going to push that off here. Okay, we're right in the pocket. So these are awfully aggressive. I would do a buy up here, just using the trade panel here. I mean, it's see, the thing about micros is we were having this conversation yesterday. On a day like today, I mean, I was over 500 yesterday. I think it wasn't completely micros because there was some scalping I did where I went full size. Oh, let's go at least to that chalk. Push you up. It kind of takes the stress out, right? I mean, that's the thing, right? So the dollars go down, but if you start trading with multiples, which is ultimately your goal, if we start trading with multiples, I mean, you find yourself in a 10 lot in micros pretty damn easily, right? If you start adding on a move like this, I mean, how much do we like it enough to add? Well, what's the resistance above? We got to clear this, right? There's the maybe not, right? So this fair value gap here, there's another golden zone here. So at the least, how about we just go to break even? That's what I would do if it was full size. So what I always try and encourage people to do when you're trading micros, learn from it, build some confidence, but try to trade it. It's almost better to focus on points than dollars because you're like, oh, fuck, man, $7. So you don't get that same, buzz from it. But the idea is not to get a buzz. The idea is to improve your technique. So this is a great way to do it to where you're not so. It's like who was it yesterday? It may have been just a noob. And I know so many of you guys are working on trying to qualify. It just every trade becomes it's life or death. It's like, oh my God, please go, right? Please don't. Because a loser, if you're in a 2 or 3 lot, that can end your day. I mean, assuming if you're trying to qualify one of the bigger ones, you can't really have $1,000 down day. You can't, right? Because you won't be able to recover from it. And if you have a trailing draw, that's the problem with those things is the trailing. You can't have two bad days in a row. So you got to stop if you get down 500, and then then you switch to sim or micros or your own account, whatever it is you want to do. The thing that because I've had a lot of people write me about their experiences with Apex and Top Step and all of that. The key to it is when you get down, there's got to be a number where you stop, or you'll just blow it up, right? Because you cannot have 2 bad days in a row, i.e., like $2,000 losers. You can't do it, right? You won't be able to recover. All right, what are we doing here? So I'm rambling here as I'm filling time. Okay, we got a one off and a scratch. All right, let's. Here, this is what I wanted to focus on today. Here, I'm not doing a very good job of it. Okay, so there's a second entry short. We're a little bit late for that. Let's take the buy.
Order submitted.
Right, so it's kind of nice, right? So this would be a push up. Now, that was a trap there. Someone was asking about that yesterday. So the idea, in a failed second entry, what the trap means is that you didn't get your 5 ticks.
Order
order
submitted.
What do I have this set? So this is going to have my first target here. So the nice thing about this is it does it all for you. Well, you want to trade this now? It's not a heartbreaker if this doesn't go, right? Because we're not talking about big money here, but it's 20, 50 here. That can add up. I'm just gonna let the system do it, right? So it's already placing the stop loss for me. It's already giving me a target, and then I always leave a runner just in case we get something to fly. But you see how if you take the dollars out of it, it becomes a little bit, okay, well, shit, am I going to lose 12 points here? Well, if I was in a full size in a 3 lot, I'm already, having a bad day. It's tempting to want to move that down, but I try to resist doing that. I just let it do what it's going to do, right? So you can kind of take the point of that is trying to take the emotion out of it.
Order filled.
All right, so we're stopped. Okay. Next trade. What's next? There is nothing that's qualified here. We are going sideways, so you could make a case that not a great trade because the 21 EMA, or I'm sorry, this is a McGinley, is going sideways. It's okay, right? So where are we headed, right? Right down here where I've got a fair value gap, and I know the odds would suggest that move is going to be looking for a push up to get that high. Oh well, this is kind of good to see, right? We didn't want a runaway train. Oh, here's the range we're trading it. So, okay, again, here's the swing. Here's the high, here's the low. So we're making an internal retracement, right? This would be a change of character. Here's the golden zone. Any of this would be of interest. Now, does that play with the price action setups, right, where we're looking for second entries? Well, right now, here I've got one. This would be a failed second entry short here, right? Failed second entry. Here, this was the 1, 2. Let's see if we get something to set up here. Many of you have played with this. It's actually that there's a real. I find it very appealing because of the mechanical nature of it. So, okay, so there's the 1, right? So potentially we'd have a second entry. And the other thing is it'll tee you up for the entry down here and put them on the chart when you have a setup. Actually, I should double check that I've got that set. There is a new version of this that he's tweaking that's coming soon. Okay, we're going sideways, hovering around the EMA, which is key entry point. So if anything, you might look at this like this. Okay, when we're in this kind of a range, when we want to sell the high, buy the low. But I'd let that develop. Let's see how we're looking over here. Anything I can really lean into? Well, I'm extending the value areas here and the points of control. I'm just kind of watching over here if I get anything. It's not great, right? We're going sideways. So let's look over here, and then we'll go look at the NQ, which I know you guys are. Not personally, rarely do I trade the MQ in a mini. I almost always trade it in the micros. In multiple contracts because it moves so damn fast. You can do just fine trading micros in the NQ. I mean, you can't scalp, right? Obviously in micros, but for a swing trading, okay, right? We're coming out of this. This is which I'm guilty of, right? So, yeah, I have to be careful about live stream trading, right? So where you feel like, well, fuck, I got to trade, right? So fuck, let's take it. I think I did a little bit of that last week. Where it's better, I think, I'd rather have no trades than sloppy trades, which is a little bit, I get sort of sucked into that last week because the market was just doing nothing. And then I always feel like, oh, fuck, these guys are going to be bored if I don't do something. Not that it's about entertaining, right? The goal should be to learn something. I got a 1 minute up here. I do keep a 1 minute up above this so I can see. Just because that's a baby whale whispering in my ear. Oh, no, you can see a little bit more on the 1 minute. So I keep it right above me. So I'm looking at both a 2000, which is a proxy for the 1 minute. All right. So it's not, off to the races, which is, I think, probably good for us. Okay. So now I got a potential long here, but it's not a great spot for it. You'd be, I mean, it's doable. Now, if I look above here, so maybe this show you here. So what would be, well, you can see it actually. All right, so if we look at it here, if I'm buying into that, I'm buying right into this big fair value gap here, which has now been mitigated, but still, right? We push, and I got a 50 and a golden zone here. If anything, you guys, if you watch it long enough, you know that these little micro GZs, they're a fucking pain in the ass, right? Because you'll have a trade here and it'll stall there, and then you're not sure. Oh, do I take it? Do I, is it going to go through? The thing you don't want to do is assume it will break. Assume you're always going to get a reaction, and you'll be right 99% of the time. Drifting lower, coming out of this fair value gap, that's pretty negative. I mean, I was a little surprised by the reaction of the market. I mean, the market always forever and ever wants to go up. All right, so I was a little surprised at how explosive the reaction was, because that is the Fed going to interpret those numbers as, well, we can pause now. Maybe that's what they're signaling to the market. Hang on, I got the wrong account over there. Well, let's see how it deals with this. Remember, this has been tapped now. 1, 2, they might be able to get through that. So let's get that over here. It's not That's a live stream trade. Normally I wouldn't take that, right? You're right in the halfway zone there. Look at the McGinley. This is just going sideways, right? Is there a trend here yet? I like it better down here. If we're going to come down here and offer it here, so here's our fair value gap. There now, note it went away, which is a nice feature of this. Oh, hang on a second. Did I lose you guys? No, we're good. Okay. Well, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. What I meant to say is when the trade is not there, these get grayed out, right? So you're not tempted. If you're trading this on the price action methodology here, looking for second entries, well, you're not tempted, right? There's no trade here. So if you wait for it, this can be so. There are days when I'll come to this if I've been off, if I'm a little out of sync with the market, and I can't. There's some days where we've all experienced this. You buy it, it goes down. You sell it, it goes up. You just can't get on the right side. You're out of sync with it, and often that's when I'll come to a price action indicator like this where it's mechanical, and that can often get you back on track. Right at that golden zone. Well, let's take a peek over here. We're still kind of neutral. Those are not buy bars. So you're kind of too late to sell. Now we're about to have if we break this low here, this will be interesting. We get a change of character, right? So we have a bearish chalk. Let's get that out of there. Here's the strong low, right? So we're looking for a buy here. The pre-high is interesting, right? Often there'll be algos there. This is tempting to buy here. I'm going to wait since we're trying to demonstrate this Indy. Still going down, right? So this is where this can be useful. Is like, okay, they're selling, right? Sell programs are kicking. That's what that's telling you, right? We're selling stocks. Uptick, downtick. That's what that is, right? They're selling stocks right now. It strikes me a little bit that this is, everybody's thinking, oh, fuck, it's like yesterday. We're just going to go up, 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 up. And this could be, retail's getting a little wake up call here. I don't want to buy right into that order block there. I don't want to buy right into the pre-high. So this is me, right? So I'm always looking for this. Always, always, always. Can I get this, right? And then go. Otherwise, you're trying to pick the turn, which is, you're going to get it sometimes. You are going to get it. Now, look at the distance we are from the McGinley, right? If you were trying to apply this methodology, well, I'm about to break the internal low here. I am at a fair value gap here where I've got an order block down here, or demand zone, I should say it that way. Now, nothing here yet, right? They'll come up here. Well, if you think of what a second entry is, right, you'd be looking for one try at it, second try at it. Yeah, so this is, that's tempting. Let me look at the footprint and the book map. There's some size down here. Remember, market doesn't necessarily fly away from size, right? It'll go towards it because that's liquidity. So it could be, right, that this is. Let's just out of curiosity. The right one here. What this looked like. That's 100. Could be that this is the extension here, and now we've got. Well, so let's draw them up. So there's the one, right? It'll give you, right. So if this is our first, there's the break, and there's the push to new lows. Let's see if we get a buy signal here, right? So here we go. So let's go to. Tapping that fair value gap. So note here, trend is still up until we break this low here on the 2000, but we've got lower lows, lower highs, right? So the current short-term trend is down. Let's go. Interesting. Oh, I want to get. What do I want here? I want to show you guys. Hang on, I gotta move this thing so I can see you guys. Okay, so. Well, look at the NQ. All right, so let's go. There's the 15-minute on the NQ. Reversal. I mean, so what's the lesson here, right? So if you look at that, right, this is what the market will do to you, right? It's very easy to take the prior day into the next day, where yesterday, I mean, all you had to do was buy it. It was just ridiculous, right? It was too easy almost. So today, this is a reminder. It's never easy, right? If you get a day like yesterday, be thankful that you got that day. I mean, that's a pretty harsh reversal, which is kind of what I thought. I mean, looking at those numbers, like the Fed's not going to think, oh, well, fuck, we got the inflation under control. The jobs market is cooled down. Okay, time to pause. Trend remains up. Hang on a second. This is now the week low. This is the strong high, but I have especially on 15 and below, I'm looking at two breaks of structure for a trend change. There's no right answer there, but I find the volatility is so high that I'm finding myself wanting 2 breaks of structure before I confirm the trend change. So we get 1 break of structure here, 1 break of structure here. Now here's the first break of structure to the sell side. So I would need to come up and then come back down. But what that means is that since we have, again, just to reemphasize this, I don't mean to be this is just so basic, but I got to remind you, right? After the break of structure is the good news. That what you want now I get the retrace. That's what you're after. Oh, break of structure, great. Okay, now I can tee up a trade. Just like break of structure. Oh, wait for the retrace. Oh, break of structure. Well, there's the flip side of that, right? Oh, break of structure. Oh, retrace. Oh, fuck, right? It goes all the way. Now I got another break of structure. But so this is going to be challenging today because right now, right, your emotions are. We all think the same thing. Oh, okay. Well, we're still going higher today. I mean that it's hard not to think that. So because of that, it makes me want to take the short because I know what the majority of the market is thinking. Oh, well, this is just clearing out the week longs, right? Well, eventually we'll be at new highs. I gotta check this. I was checking the daily. The NQ did break the 65, but only with a wick. My guess is this is where they broke it here, but we don't close above. So we closed right at the 65. Here's a good example of what I was talking about, where they kind of cross each other. This is I use a 450 on the Dow. And what I'm always looking for what is responding to the 21 McGinley cleanly. So here you've got up, down. So what side? I wouldn't take a trade there. You don't have any clarity. But that's what I'm talking about before. Where we're red, but we're still in the squeeze, and now that's not what you want to try. What you want to see. Okay. Got interesting, right? We got a lot of option expiration today. One of you guys probably knows where Max Payne is. Maybe you could. Hang on a second. What package are you using now? I already have your Pats. Okay, so Adolfo. The only thing I've added to, let me get the Pats back. The only thing I've added to the Pats is market structure, which it's impossible for it not to be useful, really. When you get to I missed one. Oh shit! Well, now I got to wait for the retrace. I missed that one. Here it was, right here. But we're going right into that fair value gap. So all I'm adding is the market structure, which is identifying for you the breaks of structure based on. Oh shit! If you've not been exposed to it, this is actually really becoming the dominant TA approach, right? Elliott Wave is becoming like, oh fuck, man, it's my grandfather's stuff. It's particularly in the FX space. It just dominates, right? So I have to respond to that. So I've been working on a whole course. So I've got this on my brain. That's where the market is, particularly young traders. They all they want. They don't want to hear anything about Elliott Wave. What they want is market structure. And we happen to be the only people that have a market structure indicator for Ninja Trader. And so this is one of our most popular tools. It plays very well with the indexes, even though it was originally, I don't want to say pioneered, but it popularized, I say it that way, in the FX space. because of the way the banks manipulate, because of the size that they're trading. But I have to give this guy, his name is Michael Hutchins. I always get it confused with the former lead singer of InXS. Michael Hudgens, I think is his name, but he goes by ICT. I'm reluctantly, but just truth is, I'm tempted to put him in the same category as some of the real pioneers of TA, Gann, Elliott. I mean, he dominates TA in the Forex market. Do a search, you'll find 3,000 guys between the age of 25 and 35 with a paid Discord and a group. They're going to teach you market structure based on ICT. I mean, it's absolutely astonishing how influential he's been, particularly in the FX market. It tends to be very much the Brits love it because I think they trade FX more than we do in the U.S. It's just FX really is centered in London, right? Indexes in New York. So if you're 25 to 35 and you're in the UK and you're interested in trading, you're studying SMC. Okay, as it would relate to us here, so Aldolfo, excuse me. It's a simple concept, but there's a lot of nuance to it here. So it's higher highs, higher lows, right? When does that change? Well, here's a good example of it, right? So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All of a sudden here I get a change of character, a chalk as it's called in SMC lingo, right? All it means is, whoa, something's changed because this was higher high, higher high. All of a sudden, that higher low broke, change of character. What happens after that? A retrace, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Do you see how these play so well together? Right? Retrace. Oh shit! It's right to a 50 measured move. So now here we've had here is what we want, right? So we potentially have a long setting up here. So there's one. Well, here's the second entry long that got its target. Let me get this stuff out of here. See if I can get back to trying to trade something here. Now, so do you see this here? This is the range, right? We're coming back. Here's the golden zone. I don't have a second entry long yet. We just had one. If anything, there's the one of a second entry short. Oh, shit, here market's moving. I'm not paying attention. As I said, these things are hard. It's hard to do this and trade at the same time. It would be easier to just teach, but I'm trying to trade as well. Well, okay, so what do we see now that we can be objective about? Lower low, lower high, lower low, double top. That's you got a fair value gap here that's been. I would say the thing with this, if you're going to trade with the price action indicator, let it lead you, right? So now that there are times. So for example, if you turn on the statistics for the PATS indicator, you're not going to have positive numbers because you can't be. It's not like you just turn it on and you auto trade it. You got to use some judgment here. So did we want to be selling right here? Maybe not, right? So now you're going to miss some trades that way, right? Using your own judgment. So it becomes not a mechanical system, but a sort of a guided system. You've got to agree. Okay, well, all right. Well, there goes the McGinley turning green. Okay, I left behind an order block. So if I come back, perhaps right. If we oh shit, let's see. If I go over here, that bar is right here. Okay, so the theory is, did everybody get filled in here? Did everybody get the price they wanted? Oh, maybe not. Oh, if we come back, well, where would coming back be? Right here, right? If we come back right here, which would be this pivot, right where that order block starts. Oh, maybe there's some limit orders here that need to get picked up. This is. I missed one. I missed two there. Okay, so that second entry, that never materialized. So it actually is going to give you another second entry here if this starts to come down, because this would be 1, 2. But I wouldn't want to. You're a little far from this. There are certain nuances to this that are important. So one of them is key entry points, right, which are tied to channeling, or you could trend lines or channels, right? It's commonly done with channels. So you want to be entering as close to the whether it's an EMA or McGinley, right? We use the McGinley. We want to be entering as close to that as you possibly can. So if the market gets too far from it, tempting as that is, you don't want to chase it. You want to let it come back. And so here, right? So these are the positive trades. This would have been decent, right? But it's hard to take that. It actually, it did get its target. It's not highlighted yet, so I don't have anything here. Well, here's what I do have. It looks like we are breaking this. We're hitting it right now. Got to close through it. You want to be careful about, it broke it. Now I buy it, right? If anything, you want to let it break and say, okay, well, shit, okay, well, it broke it, right? So we know bulls are in charge again. Not surprising. Okay, but now you got to wait, right? So here's the next 50, the next golden zone here of this range. All right, how about, this is going to get interesting because here comes the NQ, right? So if we've had the break of structure, now here's the retrace, right? It's going to be hard to sell that. Let's see what happens there. This is heading to where we're overheated here. We've got to do this. Right, so we're only entering at key entry points where you would have a setup that would be in line with a trend line or a channel. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There's a potential for a second entry short, which I don't think I would pursue here. Oh shit! Let me get. Where's NQ? I know you guys are NQ traders. Oh, shit, where have I got you, NQ? Oh, here we go. Okay, what time is it? 10:14. So we don't have Madonna on the scene yet. Again, these are. It's so fucking easy in hindsight, isn't it? Right? Oh, squeeze. Look, which side is the McGinley on? Don't have a squeeze here. Well, I get a little squeeze here. Right, a little squeeze. What side is the McGinley on? Boom. Now here I have it below as well. It's just a combo I like. That's not applicable here. Do I want to buy that? Well, we're right at VWAP. Well, this is the conundrum, right? So we're looking at, we've had break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, right? So here's a boss, right? We're going back the other way. So the trend is down, but I've had a bullish chalk right here, right? So the multiple breaks of structure. Jesus, interesting day, right? Multiple breaks of structure. Now this is negative, right? So this is the internal high, but this is the strong low is down here. What have I got here? That's not terrible, right? But the trend is down. Right, short-term trend. Here, let's buy up.
Order submitted.
All right, so I almost use it this way. I always like to be stopped into the market with momentum.
Order filled. Target.
Those are set from yesterday because that's what I use for the full size shit. I forgot. Sorry. Oh, I've got the wrong one on here. Let's get micros too. Sorry. Here, let's buy some more.
Order filled.
See if we can get up to this strong pivot here, which we're trying to get to. I'd leave that, right? And again, focus on the points, not the dollars. Now we're going to hold here, right? So you look here and go, okay, well, it comes back and stops it out. Well, then the trade is just wrong, right? The premise is this order block here. This is the rally, base, rally. We're above the EMA. If it comes back, it comes back, right? It's okay, comes back. Next trade. I might take one of these down just a hair, right? Just because it's micros. Just to get under the EMA, right? I don't want to get wicked out here. Here's the low that would trigger it. And there's a golden zone right there, so I don't want to be right underneath that. I want to give it a little more room. Another thing you can do with micros that you know that's a very dangerous habit in full size. With micros, I can push that back a little bit and give it a little room because I can see technically, all right, well, if it's going to come down and get on the other side of the McGinley, well, I don't want to be long anymore. So I can give it a little bit more wiggle room here. This a 1350 on full size. A bar like this, like if you're on the wrong side of that, you could end your day right there if you're in a 3-lot. Just out of curiosity, look at a bar like that. That's 66 ticks, right? You're in a 3-lot full size. You better recover in a hurry. That's the trade-off, trading something bigger. The swing structure will be easier to identify, but you take a loser multi-contract, you got maybe one more shot, right? You got one more arrow in the quiver before you're done for the day, or you got to switch to sim or micros or another account, right? A lot of times, I know I've seen several of you doing this where. Has there ever been where it's not on sale at Apex? God, I'm on their email list. I get texts from them. Our 80% sale has been extended for the 80th time. So you can have multiple accounts. So if you get one account and you have a bad day, you can switch to another account. That's something you can consider doing, which you're probably already doing that. All right, so why are we not rallying? I've got higher high, higher low, higher high. I don't want a lower low here. I want this to hold. Here's the key pivot, right, at the golden zone. So I want that golden zone to hold. Delta, right, they're trying to push it down. Why? We're going the wrong direction here. So the edge is... Love the edge for Renko, right? So what you want in the edge is you want to see it bounce in the river. Let's see if I can find here's a good example. You want to try and catch it catch a buy when it turns in the river, where you don't get to the other side. Well, here, right, so if it gets across that center line, potential to get stopped out. Now here I'm in a squeeze, right? So all this little action, I've got to squeeze, but look where the McGinley is, right? So I'm inclined to just sit with it, right? Okay, if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I'm right where I want to be. This, look, underneath, that's the vortex, right? So that's a trend indicator's green. What I'm not getting is any buyers here. Where are my buyers? VWAP is annoyingly right there, right? We got to get on the other side of that. Oh, that's always a good target, is the pre-high. There's algo activity there. Oh, come on. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right, so two units of squeeze. Now there's a little bit of... Here comes some buyers. Oh, if we break this pivot, then I would move to break even, but let's get there first. This might be overly ambitious. Let's get there, right? I got to break that pivot before I move the stop. Come on, guys. Same thing down here, right? I want the project. I want buyers to come in to drive that across the zero line, right? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I can look up here as well on the footprint and what's the order book looking like. All right, that's better. All right, so there's 20. Okay, all right, so there's the break. So let's bring it up. Let's go under that golden zone. Just to reduce the risk. I kind of thought we would get there. This is fucking us a little bit. Likely this is an order block in here. You got resistance right there, right? So we're dealing with that. So, all right, now we've reduced the risk. So if it comes back, okay. It's a shame, right? We didn't get it. Yeah, they're going to get that, likely. This is not what we wanted there. But still in a squeeze. You got to take that. You got to eat that one. If it stops it out. Come on back. Look what we did, right? Just tag the golden zone. Now they may break it. Looks like they're going to.
Stop filled.
All right, stop, but reduce the risk because we were down here. Close, right? Just didn't get there. What's the trend, right? Change in trend. Well, I had a break of structure, an internal break of structure, and now I'm coming back down here. So potentially I've had a change of character right here. So now if we retrace, Holy shit. Order book just went crazy. Something. Well, that's interesting. All right. Retrace. Fair value gap. The market wants to go up. This is just their. Look now where the squeeze is. Let's see how we're doing over here. So did we miss anything? I don't think we did. So we haven't missed anything over here. So here's the break of this channel. I'm watching the NQ above. There's a little 3. This is what we're always looking for. Right, you want your eye always looking for this, right there. Internal retracement, same idea over here, right? This is what you're looking for. You want to. That's what makes Renko so powerful. Is that these you can't miss them, right? Those series of 3s. It's the same thing here. That's always what you're looking for. Come here. These series of 3s, right? Retrace, push. Right, swing, retrace, push. Swing, retrace, push. Swing, retrace, push. Right, that's what the market does. That's all. Fuck, it's 2-dimensional. That's all it can do. Right, it's just a question of how deep are they going. Oh, let's see over here. Well, we got a mismatch. The 4-hour on the NQ. Still bullish. Here's the 200. Look how far we are from the 200. Swing, break of structure, retrace, right? We don't have this. We haven't got a break of structure yet. In fact, remember we broke the 65 on the daily, but didn't close above. So now we got bullish 4-hour, bearish 15-minute, bearish 15-minute, bearish 1350. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the IB low. Let's see how we hold here. Do you see how we've now flipped that per the internal swing structure? If we come back, that's the golden zone sell, right? Not that we're bullish here because we've had changes of character here. So this is this. Let's see. Can you see it? The larger swing structure is from this low to this high. Hang on. Oh, okay. Hang on. Can you explain? Oh, fuck. It's hard to do this and watch. Okay, so hang on. So I use SMC Pats. I love them. Good. Combined with footprint. That's exactly what I do. I'm a footprint junkie. Today, 45 points on NQ. Done for the day. Good for you, Cosmin. I'm so glad to hear that. Have a great weekend, TDU family. Good. That's a new name. I don't recognize. Cosmin Hayduck. Good to see it. Scaff, I teed you up. You're on next Tuesday. I told them you're just going to hand them their Lambo keys. Price just above demand. It'll go. Aldolfo, can you explain how to do those stop orders on Ninja that are independent on each other so you can move one to the order without mixing? Oh, okay. Well, so I see what you're saying, Aldolfo. Well, okay. So if I were to place an order right now as a 2-lot, it's gonna connect them because I have the ATM set. But what I had done on that other one is I added one, so it had a different stop that I could move around. Now you can't. Oh shit. Let's let me see if there's a trade here I want. I don't really want that. As soon as I get one here, I'll show you what I mean, and I'll add one. So I'll start with 2 and then go to a 3rd. But you can click on it, right click on it, and then you can separate them. Okay, so here's the swing. Now we're back to the well, this is our version of an order block, right? It's push, base, push, right? So that's the idea here. This is interesting here. The pre-mid, although the pre-mid is not as potent as the high-low. A decent example here on the NQ, right? So here's that flip. Here's where the Gann high-low flips. Now when we come out of the squeeze, right? What side's the McGinley on? Right up here, right? See, it's hard for me to do this and watch multiple markets. Maybe I should just pick one. My go-to, right? So for me, I'm most comfortable on a 2000 tick in the ES. It's not that I don't like the NQ. NQ the NQ pays, right? It moves, but this is, it's just amount of screen time. I just know the ES from watching it for so long. And you don't have to use it. 2000 is again, it's a proxy for the 1 minute. Not always. Sometimes it gets bigger, but this is here. You can see, look at the I don't think I'm going to get one here. This is a way you can, and again, this is the MES, right? But still, look at the volume here in the MES today, right? Those are pretty big, actually. This average is probably 4,500, which I do keep. I have a 4,500 as well. But so if you're looking at a 1 minute footprint, you can come down here and say, well, if I wanted a tick chart, what would look like today, about a 4,500 would be just about right, would be a proxy for it. It's a preference. Oh, there's a big, well, let's just have a look here. I go to the footprint at decision time. I find them less effective if I'm watching only footprint all day. I go here when it's like, oh, okay, area of interest. Let's see what happens. Well, this would be area of interest. Although, do we have a clear trend? Not really. Right? It looks like we're going to blow through that. Pretty high. A lot of times you can see the algo fire, right? You can see the size come in we're in the golden zone right here, and then you can see them break it as well. All right, let's see if we get a trade here with the PATS indicator, since that's our featured indicator of the day, which that's a good idea, Simon, to mix it up. Because otherwise I'm a little bit all over the place because I use so many different combos. Okay, how are we going to deal with it, right? So here's the swing, right? So you can see the swing structure we're dealing with here. So this would be a change of character if we break this. Here's the current swing structure. We didn't quite get to the golden zone. Well, there's the change of character. If I open that up. So lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low within this swing structure. So a little bit of a retrace. Now, the other thing that's effective here as I was just talking about with the PATS indicator, you want to try and enter as close, right? So here, as close to the McGinley as you can. This would have been iffy because we're going sideways. Now we're starting a little trend here. So this is potentially 1, 2. So we might have a buy set up here. The trade-off you'll deal with is that often you'll see, which is a little bit, you got to use your judgment. You can often see a buy or a sell right at a fair value gap or an order block. So then you got to use a little bit of judgment. Say, do you like it enough to buy right into that order block, right? So I got one order block here, one order block here. Do you want to buy into both of them? Well, I'd rather, personally, right, because I know that often the market will react there, I'd rather see it clear and then come back, and then I would look for it. That's me. If anything, I've gotten more conservative, right? So for most of my trading life, I was overly aggressive. I would take every fucking turn, right? I was always wanted to try and pick the turn. And as with time, I'm now more conservative. And it wouldn't do much good, right? So if I'm demonstrating this indicator to then just kind of cowboy it and say, well, fuck it, I like this, I like that. Well, that's not helping anyone. Again, this is, your eye should be constantly looking for these threes, right? Everywhere you look, it's a series of threes, right? So, okay, that 3 is over. Now I want another 3, right? I want that 3. This could be okay. You'd anticipate here that I wish it would give me one here, because the assumption is now this pivot's going to break, right? They're going to push up and get this pivot. If this comes back a little, I might take it. I got to be careful of live stream trading. A little pullback here. I would take that. I wouldn't mind seeing this give it to me down here. So we have a true second entry so I can demonstrate it. We haven't had many today. Well, we have a failed second entry, which is equally that's a signal. You have to take the opposite of what it's showing you. There's the trap, right? So someone was asking, what's the diamond? The diamond is signifying the trap. Okay, so here we go. So there's the buy here. So that would be your second entry buy. Okay, so there's the here. I might let's see. Let's do it this way. What am I on? Let's do. Well, if I do buy
Order
up,
submitted.
it's going to be the same difference. So I'll do it that way, and then we'll do this here.
Order
so
submitted.
We'll go for it here on the assumption that the target now would be this pivot right here, right? So because we've had the break, right, and we did it in the 3, so now they're going to target that pivot, right? So then potentially now go towards the IB high. So this will give me, again, it's a 5 lot, but it's micros, right? I don't know that I would be doing that in full size. Here, let's do it. Right, so here actually.
Order canceled.
Because I still have this up here. So if I do it like this,
order submitted.
Right, it's bringing it down because that's now the second entry. Well, let's take it. Actually, I'm surprised it did that. But we'll see here. All right. Still on the premise that that's the target. So anytime I'm ES or YM, the next thing I look at is where are we here? Right? Is there enough legs here? Do I have the headroom? Looks like you've got a little micro as well here. All right, so that would give us that clear. And then if we get in...
Order submitted.
All right, so there's the take profit. There's the runner. Here's my stop, although I'm going to move that under the golden zone here, which I probably would do the same if it was full size. I got headroom. No, I got to get legs here. Let's see if I can show you here. So I can move that to change the price, but I'd have to enter in another, where is it? Adolfo. I'd have to enter another ticket to separate them. Because right now this is tied to that take profit point. I'll add one here in a second and show you here if we get there. If the first one gets hit, I'll add one here. We might get stopped out here. Let's give that just a hair more. All right, guys, come on. What time is it? 10:30. All right, so IB high seems like a reasonable target. The order book is wide open actually until we get to 42.10. All right, we just need some legs. All right, we won't want this to get a little further. We want those buy programs kicking. McGinley bounce. Thanks, Mike Schiffner. Let's do it. All right. Order book. Here it is. I'm looking at over here. Right. So again, this is a luxury. You don't have to have this, but right. Look at all that headroom I've got up here until I get up. So potentially, right now there'll be some resistance up here. But you see how I'm pretty clear here, and I've got no big size over here that's up ahead of me. So it's room because it'll target the size. They want to get to the size, right? That's the point, right? We want to facilitate trade. Where's the liquidity? There's the liquidity. That's the advantage of using. I mean, Ninja has one, but I mean, Bookmap kind of owns the space. They're so far ahead of everyone else. It's not even we even toyed with the idea of doing our own, and we're like, oh fuck, man, do we want to try and compete with that? They're so good. We actually had there it is. So there's the take profit. That would be the measured move target. No, let's go for a little more than that. I'll add one if we can get out of here. Look at that. Fuck. Of all the things that can happen to you as a trader, a touch no fill really it pisses me off. And we just got one right there. Touch no fill. Still plenty of headroom, but we got to get there. There's liquidity right there. I'd like to see that going up, not down.
Order filled.
Okay, so let's buy one.
Order
All right,
filled.
so I can show you. Let's remove that. down. Oh, that's trailing. That's the trailing stop. So let's put 1 here. How much you? Well, that's locked because it's trailing. Oh shit! Here, I gotta buy another one.
Order filled.
So now, if I wanted to do increase or decrease price, I could bring this down. So you just Adolfo, you right click on it and it'll let you separate two. That's all you do. This is tied to it, right? So it's trailing, but because of the way I have the ATM set, so I can't move that one without disrupting the ATM. This is, oh shit. Let's put them all together. All right, it either goes or it doesn't. 4270 looks good, actually. So I'm going to leave that because that's the measured move target. 4270, well, there's an order. There's a little fair value gap here. Come on. How do we look up here? Hang on a second. So we're holding targets. Here, let's take a look here. See, this is how I would do it, right? So I almost always am analyzing on a candlestick, and then I come here, right? Oh, decision time, or I'm in the trade. Let's see, is there room for this to run? Well, it looks like I'm pinging off of these guys up here. All right, looks like we hit that. Nah. No follow through there. 3 points. You see the little exhaustion print down there? That's a good sign, right? So at least we're pinging higher. Okay, right? So this is what they got to deal with. They got to break that. There'll be resistance there. There's also, note here, value area high, right? That's resistance.
Target filled.
Okay, we got that one done. Now these, we'll let it run. I could move this to that low, right? So this kind of gives you, oh, where do I put my low? Well, let's put it under the swing low, right? Here's the lowest low where I have exhaustion print. Look what I have here. So exhaustion print, exhaustion print, exhaustion print, exhaustion print, all bullish signs. Right? The market wanted to go up, right? It was going to make it, let's come down just a hair there.
Target filled.
All right, now let's see if we can get to the IB. Now this is going to look, so now I don't need this anymore. Right, so of course I'm still going to watch it, right? So now what I'm watching over here, so how's it going to deal with that fair value gap? So let's lock in, right? So worst case, at least we cover commission. All right, reaction, right? These things, they're there for a reason, right? The market's going to react there because there's an imbalance there. We did not get too hot, right? Now that may bring it back down as we retrace here, but it sets up the retrace right here, right? So you see, here's the swing, right? So do you see how that internal, how it tees it up for you? Oh, if we're coming back, where's the 3, right? Remember, so look, here's the 3. We got the 3, right? This is what we wanted, right? So here's the 3 down, right? There's the 3 down. Here's the 3 up. Right? Now, are we going to get another 3? Well, that might stop us out if we get another 3. It's going to need legs to do that. We got to be going up the other direction to get up towards the IB high. Now that actually sets up Madonna pretty nicely. If we can push here, I like Madonna in the red. I like to get over 800. Then I'm much more comfortable taking that trade. Plus Madonna looks hot when she's in red. Oh, I'm talking 90s Madonna. Oh, shit. Current Madonna? Oof. That gal. She made a mistake with her. Hang on. Let's see. I'm not paying attention here. McGinley bounce. Shannon. Oh, so you just right-click and drag yours. That's right. S. Shannon. You always go into the... Oh, dude. Yeah, no, you just right-click. Oh, yeah, that is a major pain. Well, that's, that's... kind of the point of the live streams. Well, teach, answer questions about the indicators because you got to trade them and you don't know everything. And, we've designed these things, traded them, little nuances. It feels like that's running out of steam. And now the liquidity's there. Look where they're going. You can see where they're going. Right, this is what they're after up here, right? There's plenty of liquidity. Now, do you note here? So that means they pulled it, right? So they ate some of them. That's how I always think of it. It's like Pac-Man. Chop, 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 chop. How many can I eat? Oh, well, I ate 416, but then they got pulled, right? So retrace. Now they're going to go try to have another meal up here. That would be 74. That's the IB high. What is Bookmap? $100 a month? I mean, it's not cheap. Useful, but it's kind of a luxury cruise. It's a luxury. You don't need it, but it doesn't hurt. Can we get to that IB high? I bet we can. I don't know if we can get there without this getting stopped out, though. We're how here, right? So this is how you know when you're getting hot. No, we got plenty of headroom here. Plenty. And look, nothing up here. No resistance, no measured move, nothing, right? Just clear space. Now, so the only resistance now is the IB high, right? And that's, excuse me. NQ is still not through. We don't have a close above that high on the daily. Is that the daily? Yeah, it's the daily. All right, let's watch Madonna over here. Now, Madonna, I'd watch over here. Even though, now, excuse me, guys. You can't scalp with micros, right? So we'll take the trade here. Here, let's push this up a little bit. Right, so just trailing underneath the last low, just, a reasonable way to approach management of your stops. Once I get a new low, a new higher low, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Right, a good place to put your stop. Just, it's keep it simple, right? Try and not confuse yourself with like, oh fuck, well if it's the square root of the ATR of the 2000 tick, I'll put okay. Where's the last low? YM is giving us a Madonna. Let's see how it does there. Days like today, you're not great for it. Okay, come on. I don't want to be at a round number here, so I'm at 73 and a quarter. 74 is where the size is, right? So I'm trying to get filled just ahead of that. Oh, come on. Well, this a big shot of volume just hit right here. Right? Look at that volume. We went from 2,000, 2,000, 5,000, 2,000, right? They're pushing for it. This was some sellers. They want it. Up into there's the size up there.
Order filled.
There we go. Okay, so let's see if it sets up for Madonna. Now, one of the keys to the Madonna trade is you want this to be hot. We're not hot here. This has plenty of headroom. This has got room to run. So you better see something you like here, because there's no signs of being overcooked here. How about the NQ? NQ is just hitting a golden zone on the 15-minute low volume node. God, that is tempting to take. I might take one there.
Order filled.
Just because it's right at that. It's such a low risk trade here. Here, I'm going to pull it over in a second. That's very low risk, but it's coming mighty hard into that. So there's, what do we got on points there? Well, there's 10 points. If you're doing full size, it's, not terrible. I wouldn't sneeze at it. If I can pull 10 points in a 2 or a 3 lot in the micro, there's 15, 16. Come on.
Order filled.
Take the 10. Here, this is what I was looking at right here. Right, so why take that? Well, so I've got confluence here. So I have a prior pivot. These little dotted lines, pay attention to those, right? I didn't think I was going to get much there. That's why I took the 10 ticks. You got a golden zone and the pre-high and a low volume node, right? So all you're after there is a reaction, not, given the given the juice in the market here, I'm not surprising it's moved, but the reaction is the scalp you're after. Again, why? Break a structure, right? Here's the break of structure. Here's the retrace. Now, we could go easily today, go up and break structure again, but look how far we have to go to break structure to change the trend on a 15-minute. We got to break the IB high, which likely it does. But then, remember, it's you want the break of structure. I want the break of structure because now that sets up the retrace. Just like this break of structure set up the retrace. This break of structure, wow, gave you a full retrace and beyond. All right, so we're still going here. So there was no, when they want to break this, right? We're not the only people that know this is a trade, right? To look for. When they want to break this, they do it with size, right? And with aggression. Right? Big delta pushes, right? And you rarely, on a good day, it's great on Mondays or days when you don't have a major report like this in the market, and it just waffles, right? There's not enough reason to blow through, so it'll get up here, tag it, and you get the reaction because there's an algo fires it. Okay, there's a big. Now, so I had someone ask me why the IB is so important. The IB is important because it brings in the higher time frame traders. If you look at your chart of, well, ES, NQ, I mean, Baby Whale had a great chart on this the other day. I don't know if he posted it in the room or not. But if you look at where the majority of the price movement is, majority of it is outside of the RTH hours. So what the IB is doing, so the higher time frame traders who know that, when they see it break the IBs, now they're interested. Otherwise, you're just in a range. That's how they look at it, right? If you're trading off a 4-hour or a daily, the IB range is, can be a fart in the wind, right? Who gives a shit, right? But when those guys see that, okay, all of a sudden, well, look at it this way, right? Where here we are. I think I've got only. Let's all, oh shit, that's too much. Oh, I don't want all this shit on here. I will do it that way. Oh shit. I was trying to show you guys how much that, fuck. I'll have to fuck with it. I was trying to show you guys how much of the price movement is outside of the IB, but I got to fuck with that. For another chart, I'll post that chart later. Okay, so here's the big, and this is why bulls want to keep it outside. That's why there's always a battle here. Bulls are like, hey, come on, we'll bring in the higher time frame guys and we can have a big day. Bears are like, not so fast. Okay, now, so what are we as market structure, just paying attention to market structure? Well, there's the low. That's the low that matters to the market right now. If we break that, all of a sudden, okay, let me see if I can put this together so that it makes sense. Oh, fuck, that's my, let me put it up here. That NQ trade turned out pretty well. Okay, do you see what just happened here? So we just got a break of structure here, right? So it's swing, break structure, now retrace, right? That's what we're after. Here's the 3, right? This is a 3 that had a kicker on it. This is the 3 you're hoping for, right? Here's the 3, but look at the extension on the 3. That's the big winner. That's the that often you're only going to get this, right? You'll just get to the measured move target. When they're extending like this, that's when you know you got a big day on your hands. That's when you want to be a little more aggressive. When it breaks this and just note, we had a little pause here at the fair value gap. We were in that trade. And then we keep going. Now here's going to be the battle. It's every fucking day. They grind. I see a kid in a park with a skateboard grinding off of some stair rail. They just grind the IB, right? That's the picture that's in my head. They grind it because it's such a battleground. Are we trending? Are we going to stay in the range? It does it damn near every day. Unless you've got a runaway day where they just leave it and go. Well, here, it looks like we're going to have a runaway day, and then, well, we're back to grinding the rail. See how the market's doing. my little option trades are having a big day. I just got very long. I did it on the Dow ETFs because those options are pretty liquid. And as far as I was concerned, as soon as the debt deal got announced, the thing was going to explode. So that was kind of easy money. It's a good day. So good day all around. I think we're in the green here. Number of points. Let's see. Biggest drawback is no MOB icebergs. Oh, yeah. Grumpy, you talking about in Bookmap? Or are you talking about on Ninja? Free version on TOS with no frills just for ES, Apple, and some other stock. Grumpy, what are you talking about? Grumpy. The biggest is no MOB. You're going to have to tell me what you mean there, Grumpy. I don't know what you mean by that. What's our time here? Oh, we have another half an hour or so. Okay, so here we sit, right? Bears fighting that. Bulls, come on, man, come on. We can do it. Did I get everybody here? Awesome work. Good. Okay. Shit, I can't remember if I hit record. Did I record this one? Yeah, I did. After last week, I needed a couple of days off. What did we do? Last Tuesday? Oh my God, that was a nightmare. So we're gonna try and stick to Tuesday, Thursday. We'll see how Skeff does next week. I'm sure he'll do great. He'll give you guys. It's just a new voice, right? It's always good to see somebody else using the same tools because they're gonna approach it differently. See if we can set something up regularly with him. Unless I get a bunch of DMs saying, don't ever have that guy back, which I sincerely doubt we'll have. Nice, right? Now, but okay, so for you price action traders, look at the distance we are from the McGinley, right? So remember, you want to try and enter at the McGinley, or right, it's literally written into the code. Key entry points. Now you can override that. You can override that and say, well, fuck it, I'm going to take it when I want it. But I'm telling you, if you want to try and apply this it's mechanically is the wrong way to say it. With the right amount of assistance, when you get that far from McGinley, you gotta hold off. It's frustrating, right? You're like, oh, come on, this thing's gonna fly. I want to buy it, and then things that we know that the big boys do not do, right? Rarely do they buy the highs. Right, unless they've got intentions to take it way the fuck up here, right? So they will wait because who's more likely to buy that, right? The breakout traders, right? Where's the liquidity? Here, we can do it this way. Where's the liquidity? All up here, right? Market will move towards that liquidity. That's the job of the market. Facilitate trade. Where do we trade? Where there's liquidity. Where are we headed next? More liquidity. Well, here's somebody up here who's got a 200 lot. Okay, right. So you can see them now. So the size of the dot means the size of the volume. Okay, they're going to eat it. It's Pac-Man. They're going to eat it, or are they going to reject it? They're not pulling it, right? You can see them. They're not pulling it yet. You see what they're eating it. That's right there. You can see them eating it. I'll take them. I'll take all you got. Give them to me, right? And then we either fall back to this liquidity, or we're going to go up and test some of this liquidity. It's kind of funny to watch how fast. It's really interesting. You said, "Fuck! Look, they took all 118 of those. They took all of them. They're serious today. All right, now how is that reflected over here? Right, that's like looking at a 1 second chart. All right, this is. Oh, wait a minute! I thought they were eating everything. Well, okay, they're trying. This is resistance. I don't have a second entry here, so it's grayed out, right? Look at the distance from this. Well, you want then. I've been highlighting these threes for you. Well, then you want to start stringing the threes together because I have a larger three here, right? Do I not? Right. These little micro threes gave me a big three. Oh, I'm going to guess. That's. Oh, looks like that was. Yep. So first target was just ahead of the IB. All right, let's get these off. And you guys saw it yesterday. What did we just hit? No, that doesn't mean we can't get through. Boom. Reaction. Fucking pitchfork, right? That's why it's in the middle of my logo. One thing is, if sometimes you'll see these, the angle will be wrong for the pitchfork. This is in our toolbar. As far as I'm concerned, this is the most underrated indicator we make. So I can go Alt P and I can take the pitchfork out. Now I just have the channel, but the channel is locked to those three pivots. Now sometimes that's you don't want it that tight, so I'll do something like this, right? So okay, I got one here, I got one here, right? So I've got a channel within a channel. Where would be the area of interest? Well, I'd be looking right down here. Or if we come back down, because what are we looking for? Well, now you start stringing some Elliott together. Like, oh, is that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It's not like Elliott doesn't happen anymore because it's old-fashioned. Because your grandfather was using it. Some of you guys are as old as I am. But that's the general gist that I get. Oh, Elliott wave. Fuck, my grandfather was using that. I want the hip new stuff. What's happening over here? Well, they're eating right through all that resistance up there. So they're okay. All right. So whenever you're up at the highs in this shit, I think you can get this. I don't think you have to use ours. We just give you a nice palette. I think you can just pull up the tick with Ninja. But you want to pay attention to this, right? Okay, when we're at the highs, is there headroom here? Yes, there is. So if I'm up here at 1,000, I don't want to buy that. If anything, I want to sell it. But if I'm down here, there's plenty of headroom here. And by the way, where's my ES? Well, let's look at the 15-minute. There's no resistance up there. Who's going to fight me up here? No one. I got clear skies right up there. Here we go, right? Clear skies. So now you're like, oh, well, does that mean I buy it? Well, okay. I mean, we're blowing through here, but I'm a retracement trader, so I never ever buy breakouts. And I say that only, and I've said this many times before, only because I've done it so many times that I don't do it anymore. Lower risk, higher risk reward. Okay, if you're buying the breakout here, where's your stop? Random number you're picking? Right, well, then you're trading your wallet, not the market. I mean, if I was doing it, my stop would be under the IB, right? That's a pretty big range. Right, what do we got here? Right, you're already at 32 ticks. You want to take a 32 tick stop? Maybe on micros, but again, try and trade the micros like you would trade the full size. Whew, that's... Well, now, I mean, interesting, right? So the little low volume node here paused and we're pushed through. So now if it comes back, that might be an area of interest. What's happening over here? Scaff, I wasn't going to show him this, but I'll let you have the honors with the Renko package. But the reason I bring this over here is we talked about this before we started here. I mean, to me, right, so someone who works on indicators and with indicators, and the number of measured moves that you see on a 7-2 blows my fucking mind, right? I mean, show me a pivot that's not part of a measured move. I mean, look at this. What a beautiful Lincoln you got right here, right? You guys know what a Lincoln is, right? Or a top hat. What was the odds that you'd get a bounce here? Lincoln. I mean, how many since we started? 25. Every one, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, all targets. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's just 11 in what I can see. Does that make you kind of want to go, well, fuck, man, if I hit a golden zone here and I start to push higher and I can see them, we're all like, yes, take that trade. With these, again, here, I don't want to step on you, Skeff, because he's got his own style here. But what I'm always looking for, I want all soldiers marching in the same direction, right? So if everybody's green here and I get this kicker here, oh, shit, you got to buy that. Right here, now, not everybody's green here. Right? Where was everybody was red here. So a lot of times the first thing I'll look at is the OBV down here, or the pitch. It's the devil's pitch running the on-bounce volume. So when that's red and everybody else is red, oh, now I get right here, right as I hit those golden zones, oh, all of a sudden. Now, see, I'm green here. I'm still below 0, but everybody's green. Oh, wait. Oh, everybody's red. Do I want to be a seller there? Maybe not. It's an up day, right? So it's an uptrend day. I want to wait until everybody's green. Now here, I'm still in the chop zone, right? Pay attention to the chop zone. Look, right, we don't get a lot of legs, but then I get another measured move here. Now I'm coming out of the chop zone down here. Wicked wave. Out of the chop zone, out of the river, right? I'm on dry land. Oh, pumping here. What's the next thing that happens? Another fucking measured move. Look how many targets just got hit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 targets hit. So the next time we come to a golden zone, maybe, right? That would be something to pay attention to. 7-2 in the ES is just mind-bending. How many of those hit, right? I don't think anything else shows it quite like the Renkos do. At least for me. Maybe I'm just a TA geek. But those are just, I think they're just incredible, just mind-blowing, right? So it's like you get a look into the secret behind-the-scenes matrix of the market. Well, this is going pretty damn far here. What are we doing here on this if we just think, oh, I want this. So this is a little bit, if you're not in something that you're holding your mouse, right? So here's the 618. I would certainly pay attention to that. I think actually, I want since I erased it to show you. Come here. I want just the pitchfork here. We'll put, because we have a pitchfork back in there. All right. Trading principle number 3. If it's not going to pivot, it'll hover around it. It's like the thing I posted yesterday where it was like all of it. But that first angle set the day up. Probably got another one here. Oh, this is going to get pretty crowded, but here, let's take everybody off. Curious if this will set the day. Right, often so. Where's our target? At the 100% of the IB. Come here. So I'm looking for confluence. Well, 127, 138, right? We could get up there. Nothing says we have to pivot here. We could keep going. That's kind of interesting that we would be here. We come up to the 100. Now that's one that you often see where you get the intersection of the channel and the median line at the 100. When you get that, heads up. Well, you got to do a little bit of hurry up and wait here. Here's the new swing here. Let me get that off there. No, nothing here, right? We're too far. Well, you don't even have to wonder, right? Look how far we are from the McGinley. So we can still get some key entry levels here. Yeah, it's a little fat. Let's maybe bigger here. So as we had it before. Overshoot. So if we were to retrace, I'd look for an overshoot on the other side, but you probably got multiples in here. Sometimes, right, it can be a little hard. I should change that color. That's something I want in the next version here, to where I can highlight that and then just quickly change color so we don't have which line is which. I got nothing down here. Well, we're starting this, what is it, 1107? Coming up on the Europe close. All right, so you see here a little profit taking likely, right? Look at the tick. So they got up into all that size up here, and oh, all right, this was the bait up here. It didn't get there. Excuse me. All right, so retrace. That's what we wanted. You don't want the fucking thing runs away, or it's kind of annoying. Then you can't participate unless you've got runners that are still running. I'll probably send one of those DMs. Okay, just an email for free. Grumpy, biggest drawback. Grumpy, just email for free X. There's no option, but no MBO package, and so I'll probably send one of those DMs. I'm not sure what you guys mean. That's all right. I don't have to know everything. You guys are having your own little convo. All right. What do I got over here? Well, look at that. YM is coming into area of interest. Oh, just like that. Well, that's kind of. I like a 450 on the YM. I actually usually never trade on the micros because it's 50 cents a tick. So you, but it's about $5. You can trade the regular YM. It's pretty technical. You note here we've got so here's the range. Do you see the come here? Here's the low, here's the high, right? This is exactly 50 at the IB high at the prior break of structure. I kind of like that if we come back here. You can't see the 50. Here I can do it this way. There's the 50 right there. This is, I don't know if, Skeff, if you're still on, if you've deduced that what this is. You probably have. Oh shit, come here. This is giving me one, essentially what I have here. These are the devil bands with the lines actually turned invisible. And all I've left is the no trade zone, which is 1 ATR. So the point being to try to avoid entering inside of 1 ATR, right? Because you can get chopped up in there. Whereas if you get outside of it, which is why if we were to come down a little further, right, we get here, right? I can push. I might be on the edge of that ATR. It'd be the equivalent if I had the bands on here. This would be outside of the bands. But it just gives you, so sometimes it's like, fuck, man, there's too many lines on my chart. And this is, so essentially I've got them on here without seeing them, without them, getting in way of what I'm looking at. All right, you can kind of draw it out this way. So there's a no trade zone. That's 1 ATR. All right, let's wait until we get outside of 1 ATR. Right, because otherwise you could just waffle in there. Here's a good one, right? Note the McGinley and the squeeze. Here we're kind of back and forth. Eventually, I'm surprised we don't get a squeeze here. We kick out of it, right? Always watch which side are we leading? Which side is leading? Well, here's the break of structure. Here's the 50, right? So this is hurry up and wait. It's kind of a pain. Oh shit, we'll go another few minutes. Anything over here? I got a short. So this would be 1. I don't love that one. Let's take these off here. Just kind of showing that. Here's the swing structure. Here's the 50, right? So here's the internal. So that would be, let's see, I love that one. I like this a little bit better.
Order submitted.
Put that in there. Let's just because I have to remember to do it. Shift F7. Oh, hang on. Trying to get my. There we go. Anchored VWAP. Well, if we come down, that sure is going to be an area of interest. Right, if that's still holding. Anybody have trouble spotting the Elliott wave in there? I'm going to assume not. 1, 2, 4, 5. Now we're going to go A, B, C. Right. Well, if we look at it here, here's an ABC. So this would be, fuck, that's not a great example, but 1, 2, 3. It looks like you've got that. Let's see where we are. If this is the 1 and this is the 2, right, we'd be looking for the 3 to go 1, 6, 1, 8, 1, 7, 5. And I'll bring this down a little bit here, just in case we go A, B, C. Remember, we're always looking for 3s, right? So there's the possible setup here. If I don't get a new high here, I'd have a break of structure, right? Here's the first. Right, here's the first change of character, right? Potentially now starting, because remember what we've got here, right? Here's the swing that breaks structure. Now you're waiting for the retrace, right? Retrace to the McGinley would be ideal. But this looks like we've got an impulse going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be, if you're going to apply some Elliott wave, you wouldn't want it be coming down there. I'd also look here. If this is the 2 and this is the 3, if that's the 3, the 38 would be right here, which is right where we're trying to buy it, opening range high. Let's see if we can get a 2 there. Again, the idea would be A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, however you want to think about it. I don't like that short there. I'm too far from the McGinley. So there's an example of like, okay, well, so if it breaks that, it would show up in the stats, but I wouldn't take that trade. It's a good impulse there. I would not take that. Oh, what else do I have? The YM. Right now we're on the edge, right? So there we're high of the day on the edge of 1 ATR. Nice feature in the devil bands that Baby Whale put in. How are you guys doing over here? Am I boring you to death? Probably. I don't know. I think live stream is probably best for new members. Reason, the no trade zone on devil band, that's fucking genius, which is that Skeff, that's I thought maybe you hadn't seen that yet, because sometimes it's too much shit on the chart, right? So the bands just give you, but I know you use 2. You could set it actually to 2 if you wanted. Well, I'm going to bring this up a tad. All right, so we're trying to be right in line with the McGinley, right where the break of structure is, right where I've got a golden zone. I would take that trade. Usually, with full size, I don't leave resting limit orders, but I would with micros. And just maybe if we get a little pullback here, I can get one more trade before we wrap it up here. At least we're in the green here. I don't know. 20, 30 points. So all grayed out here. Come on. Oh, shit, I should look at the NQ. What are we doing? What's happening over here? Whoa. Oh, so there's the ape. It's perfect, right? This is doing it. Oh, shit, let's buy that.
Order filled.
Oh, fuck. Here, I've got to...
Order submitted.
Stop on it. Holy shit, I didn't see that. I didn't have this set. Okay, so there's exactly what I was just describing. A, B, C. Right, that 1, 2, 3. Right, think of it how you want. Right, train your eye to be looking for that. Threes everywhere. Where's the 3? Where's the 3? Which is why Renko is so good, because look how easy it makes the 3s. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just 1, 2, 3. Right, and they all play in measured moves. Right, so that was always the way I used to teach the Renko. Right, where's the 3? Right, there's a 3. Well, but now 3s get combined. This could all be a 3. Right, they kind of all play together. Right, it's the fractal nature of the market, as they say. All right, so it's got to get legs. Now that's some low risk buy, really. Let's pull that up a little bit. Possibly early. Let's go here. If we break that, we don't really want it. But I would buy up here. Oh, shit. I don't have well, I can't because I don't have this. Oh, what do I want here? Micros too. I'm going to bring that down. That's good. Oh, look. Oh, fuck. I'd love to see that. There, do you see the algo just fired right there? You saw the react? Oh, shit. Where can I show it to you? Hang on. You just saw it fire. Right here. Right there. Right. Just saw it fire. A little right, like you can't make that shit up. I can't make that up. Cannot make that up, right? So where's this got to? Well, we can use the first here. Let's get to break even. Now, if it's full size, that's what I would do. Micros, if I'm by myself, probably not. But I want to do what I would do with micros, right? If it comes back down, okay, well, I'll go again. No, let's hold it. The only thing I didn't like about this trade is we're under the McGinley. Now, if we get over it, I'd probably add. Hope we go out with a winner, not a scratch. We got a big kick here.
Order filled.
Got it. All right, scratcher. Under the McGinley is the negative, right? So we're there. You like them a little bit better than this. That was a little bit far, but the ABC was so good. I probably would have taken that. What did we get there? On a full size in a 2-lot? 55 ticks? Yeah, I would have taken that as a scalper. I'm inherently a scalper. Now let's see if we can get, let's do a buy up.
Order submitted.
See if we can get a buy up here. So at least we'd be kicking above, we'd be entering above the McGinley. We came down here as a perfect tag. Let's go again. Now we're on the other side of the river, which is, okay, aggressive.
Order filled.
There we go. Risk reward is good, right? So I've got at least 1-to-1 here. That's probably 1.5 to 1. I drew that in there. Negative. We're under the river, right? We're under the 0 line, right? So you're counting on that algo holding here, which it may not. Second time, not as good. I'm going to come just a touch. All right, these are, it may be coming for that pre-high. I don't love that. Let's see here. There's nothing much left here to play off of other than that golden zone. That's all. That's really what we're playing off of here is the swing low and the golden zone here. Now that's got to get legs. A little bit aggressive. I was trying to end the day on a winner. I bring this down. I think this time of day we're less likely to get a lot of kicks here. Now here, let's go. ES has got a fucking wall of resistance up here. What's happening over here? Look at this here. This is a big wall right here. Right, that is a big. They got to eat through. Right, that's a meal, but that's where it wants to go. Got to eat through all those orders sitting right there. That's going to take some doing. Or they pull them. 11:20. This thing's going to start to slow down. Well, then they're going for them. How many are they going to eat? You can watch them eat it right over here. Eat. 48 of them. 51 of them. 86. They almost got all of them. Now we got a kick. It's got a kick there, or that'll come down hard. 70, 80. There's 200 of them there, right? That's a big meal they're trying to eat. Let's see how we're doing over here. That's the reason being, right? We're at the high. Oh, how did our Shit, are we still in? Yeah, we're still in our NQ. Let's go over to here and we'll finish up with this one. We're still in it. This is what I would do if I was in it. I'd come over to the footprint just to see, okay, what kind of traffic do I have? Let's come back up here. And since we got a little headroom. Now, 2 fucking goldens, right? Those are a pain in the ass, right? It's really tempting to think, oh, fuck, I should probably do this. Or probably do this. All right, look, we went right. They're fuckers, right? They
Target filled.
All right, we got one. Now it's not cleared. It's got to close above. Oh, I'd probably come up to the next micro here underneath this value area. Now, can we get through this one? They're going to fight it. It's a good sign, right? Exhaustion prints. That's what you want to see when you want to see it leaving behind those exhaustion prints. Oh,
Target filled.
Oh, whoops. Okay. At least we went out on a winner. All right, not bad today. At least we're in the green. Shit, if that had been full size, not micros, we'd have probably about a $600-700 a day. Don't feel like, oh man, real men don't trade micros. That's stupid thinking, right? I mean, you can easily do, well, not easily, but I don't think I had more than a 4 lot on yesterday in micros and cleared 500. It's doable, but you need one of those days like yesterday or even today where it's running. There's nothing wrong with trading micros.
Order
the only thing
canceled.
you can't do with micros is scalp. That's it, right? The Madonna trade you can't take in micros. But I keep both of them open. I keep for depending on the day, right? So I'll keep the regulars for any scalp trades, and then I keep the others, right? Depends on the day's going. What kind of a day am I having? I'll go back and forth between full size and micros. So it's stupid thinking that micros are for pussies. Dumb way to think. All right, how we doing? Everybody good? McGinley greening on that 98.7 tick, right? See, now this is going to be good to have Skeff in on Tuesday just to get another skilled trader applying our tools. I'd love to get futures flow over here as well. I'll ask him, see if I can get him for a guest appearance. He's got a big following. He's almost all, well, I've watched some of his stuff recently. He's added in some actually, you know what he's adding in because of his age? It doesn't surprise me. He's adding in market structure. Almost exclude. So it's footprint and market structure is what he's doing. I think some of you guys know him or found us through him, Futures Flow. I can't remember his real name, but he's a sharp young guy. Good trader. He's the one who got all you guys fired up on the 15 range. Now I think he's gone back to the 1 minute, actually. All right, any questions? Anything, you guys? All right, anything else I can... Any questions you got before we wrap it up here? Better today than last week. Yeah, I don't think I took any, I call them live stream trades. Shit you're doing just to try and avoid the boredom. All right, I don't see any questions or comments or anything from you guys. So it should be a good afternoon. Should be plenty of trade opportunity this afternoon. Now remember, we got all this option expiration, so you could see some volatility, as they say, this afternoon. Skeff will be on the morning. Skeff, we're going to go Tuesday morning. So we're gonna do the. He likes to do the open, so we're going to do the 9:30 to 11:30. Oh wait, he wants it earlier. I'll let you guys know what time we're going to do it. It may be earlier. I think he wanted to go earlier before the open. So, but it'll be the morning session. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really always appreciate it. I hope you get a little nugget or two out of these. Okay, guys. Talk to you next time.